The second thing is this year, we haven't really addressed the real issue. If the issue was all about land, I promise you people would not be living Limpopo, people will not be living KZN, people will not be living in the Eastern Cape. They are leaving and going into where the economy is. People are chasing more the economy, and we need to then address that. Once we address the issue of the economy, we can then talk about where people are settling.
Do you know that in 1996, the white paper on land reform had set 1999 as the due date for a distribution of 30% of South Africa's land? It's 30 years later now. It's 25 years since 1999. Not even 10% of the land has been redistributed from those who are occupying it through colonialism and settler barbaric colonialism because of an incapable, directionless government of the ANC. And when we then came as the economic freedom fighters, we say that this piece-by-piece redistribution of land has not worked because it, in majority of cases, is faced with litigation of people who are saying that you cannot take my farm, you must take these ones instead of this. Why taking mine? Why prioritizing mine instead of the other one? Then we say that let us do to the land resources what was done to the petroleum and mineral resources, to water resources, what the People's Republic of China is doing, of getting the land to be under the custodianship of the state so that we can be able to allocate it to everyone equitably representative and reflective of the demographics of South Africa.
And that's where you and
that is our position, that is it. Of course, then the ANC had initially agreed to our position, and then they later on said that the only land that can be taken without compensation is barren land, is rotten land, is land which is not strategic. That is why we voted against what they're proposing.
The difference was
in terms of
when you say that land, for example, that is taken or redistributed or meant for redistribution, the state should be the custodian. And I think that was the core difference between the EFF and the ANC.
Yes, on the expropriation without compensation, we fully agree. The difference, yes,
is on custodianship.
When they said all the land must be owned by the state only, meaning individuals can't own land.
Right.
That is where we differ.
DA, you don't want any of it. Solly, you don't want any of it.
There can be an ongoing discussion and debate about whether land expropriation without compensation is actually legal or not legal. It's actually there in the constitution of the country. They haven't been able to then adequately use it, and instead, where they've been able to then use it, it has been used to advantage those that are politically connected, and it has actually then resulted in a whole lot of corruption. So that is the first thing.
So you don't agree?
Hang on.